Good evening, everyone, council colleagues, members of the public. My name is Mally Rosado, and I'm the president for the Court of Common Council for the City of Hartford. I am calling to order this public comment section of May 10th, 2021 to order. With me on the screen, and I'm just going to read the names as I see them, are Councilman John Gale, Councilwoman Marilyn Rossetti, Councilman Josh Mixtum, Councilwoman Shirley Surgeon, and our majority leader, Councilman Clark. Public comment shall be conducted in accordance with the following procedures. Each person wishing to address the council or committee thereof shall, upon recognition by the presiding officer, give his or her name, address, and if he or she represents a group, shall in addition state for the record the name and address of said group or organization, and shall limit his or her remarks to 3 minutes. All remarks shall be addressed to the council as a body and not to any individual council member. Any person making personal, impertinence, or slanderous remarks, or who becomes boisterous while addressing the council, shall be forthwith barred by the presiding officer from further audience at said meeting unless permission to remain is granted by a 2/3 vote of the council members present and voting. During the public comment, there shall be no debate by council, although questions may be asked by a council or person making such presentation. For members of the community, please be advised that this meeting is being broadcasted and recorded by Hartford Public Access Television and can be viewed via the Hartford Public Access TV page through Facebook, Comcast, Xfinity Channel 96, HPA-TV.org, or Channel 6032 for Frontier customers. Spanish interpretation is provided through a partnership with the City of Hartford and the Hartford Public Library. Additional accommodations can be made available with enough notice to my office. And for the record, it's very nice to see our Councilman Nick LeBron back with us. Welcome back. Great that you're feeling better. And Councilman James Sanchez. Without further ado, we're now going to enter the public comment section, and our Councilman John Gale will be our timekeeper for this evening. And first to speak is Bill Katz.
Hi, Bill Katz from 166 Linmore Street in Hartford. And I will mainly offer my comments in my preferred way of communicating, which is through song. A longtime friend of mine told me that she will never be vaccinated. This saddened me since Veronica is over 70 and her prospects are not optimistic. I wrote this song to her. So you're not sure you want the cure, not sure of the unforeseen. COVID-19, it's no dream, it's a nightmare that reigns supreme. The shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, folks pay the price, don't forget their sacrifice. The vaccine you cannot live without. You say you're having old-fashioned doubts. Anti-vaxxers scream and shout, it causes autism, you heard them out. That shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, folks pay the price, don't forget their sacrifice. The vaccine you cannot live without. You say you're having old-fashioned doubts. Anti-vaxxers scream and shout. It causes autism, you heard them out. The shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, pay the price. Don't forget their sacrifice. And just as a side note up there, if I have seconds left, I have contacted Dr. Fauci's National Institute of Infectious Diseases, the White House, our senators and governor, to try to partner with them to use the song to reach those who have refused to be vaccinated. Thank you.
Mr. Katz, thank you so much. That was really wonderful, refreshing. We have excellent talent here in the city of Hartford. Thank you for that. Next to speak is Vicki Gallen-Clark.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much for this time. My recommendations and comments are relative to the proposed city budget and the allocations for the funds coming to the city via the American Rescue Plan. In the introduction of the proposed city budget, the new budget, it clearly states that our mission, the city's mission, is to regain the momentum we had and lift up every part of our community. And I'm emphasizing the word every. So in order to be true to this mission, I recommend the following. I recommend that the city embarks upon a comprehensive planning process that will also address abandoned and blighted buildings. And I'll give 3 examples in the North End. One is Clark School, one is 2 Coventry Street, another is 80 Coventry Street. There needs to be a plan to address those buildings. I also recommend that included in the city budget is, just like there's a line item that specifically says downtown property stabilization and development, I recommend that there be a line item that says neighborhood stabilization development. I think we need to be intentional as a city if we're saying that this is for every part of our community, that the neighborhood intentionally is included in that. I think there needs to be a comprehensive neighborhood plan that will stop what's happening right now. Right now, there are individual buildings or sites that are rehabbed, not addressing the surrounding neighborhood. There needs to be a comprehensive plan that addresses entire neighborhoods, entire streets. I also recommend that you increase the line item for the violence intervention and prevention. Right now is slated for about $1.5 million. In doing so, I recommend and I really implore you to talk to the interveners who are dealing every day with these youth and their families. I would really encourage you to talk to the interveners. The interveners will tell you exactly what's needed. The $1.5 million will not address the issues that the communities are facing regarding violence. The last thing I would suggest is that there needs to be, including in this comprehensive plan, a plan to address the homestead quarter, as opposed to, that's a whole manufacturing, it was a manufacturing quarter. That quarter is sitting there and we're getting developers coming in and wanting to put housing there. We need to look at comprehensively what will go there to create sustainable jobs that have career paths for our residents. Thank you so much. I will send this to you, my notes to every city council person, and I just hope that you give it serious consideration. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Gallen-Clark. Next to speak is Leslie Hammond. Leslie Hammond, you have the floor.
Hi, this is Leslie Hammond. I presume you can hear me. Hi, everybody. Thanks for showing up. It really means a lot. And thanks, Bill, for that song. That was awesome. So a few things. With the police, I don't think it's money. I think the morale is really low. I hope you read the letter that was, that Sam McCauley gave to the mayor from the Greater Hartford African Alliance. It pretty much said everything I feel about Chief Doty and the police. So I hope you read that letter. Last year for the police budget, we cut it, which was great. Will, Delise, and Josh led the way on that. And we supposedly got a crisis team out of that. And I think they're still meeting almost a year later. So I don't know what's happened to that, but that's very frustrating. I think we all know that we care about youth, whether it's the stealing the cars or worse, the violence. So I don't understand why we just don't have a lot of money into park and rec and any kind of youth engagement. I mean, that's really where a lot of money should be going to help the kids engage them, especially in recreation and anything to get them out in nature, which is really good for our soul, as we all know. I know there's a program, they're supposedly reaching 1,000 kids. I don't know how many kids we have in the city. I presume you guys do. But I can't imagine that 1,000 is, you know, reaching a lot of the kids. And we have a lot more than that. And speaking of Park and Rec, I'd love to hear an update about Batterson Park. There was a big deal announcement about $7 million. And I presume nothing's going to happen this summer, but I would like to hear about that. I'm really thinking about the women in police and fire. I don't know if you guys paid attention to Captain Shelley Carter, who retired, but there's a lot more to that story. And as you might know, there's been lawsuits in the past by women in the police and fire. There's still lawsuits now. And I'd love to see, you know, some sort of task force or something paying attention to that, because I think it's really hard for women to be in those organizations and hard for them to organize, because then, of course, they really get ostracized. I'm sure some of you women know what that's like. I certainly do. You know, you kind of have to join the guys to be part of things. Otherwise, you really feel on the other side. And one last thing, I hope you're paying attention to the Swift factory. There's, you know, unfortunately, unbelievable negative news about it, thanks to Ann Gushdidian in the Hartford News. And, you know, I know there's two sides to every story. I get that, but it does not look good for some of our community members, the way they've been treated. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Hammond. Next to speak is Dr. Larry Deutsch, and I do want to recognize Councilwoman Bermudez, who has joined us. Dr. Larry Deutsch. Okay, I was informed that Dr. Larry Deutsch is not with us. And that concludes our public comment section for this evening. Please join us at 7 p.m. for our regularly scheduled council meeting this evening. I will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining us for public comment. Thank you.